Heidi-ho neighbors, Rado Goji here, and welcome to Squeeze the World Toys. And today, I just got this in the mail, so I'm pretty excited. This is the extra entry in the Uchuu Sentai Kyuranger Kyutama Gattai series. It is numbered 111, because that's how they numbered it. Deluxe Cerberus Voyager. Yeah, I know that this has been out for a while. It was released to coincide with the movie that it's in. The movie is actually come and gone from theaters, if the openings for the show are any indication, and I know a lot of people have already, gotten them and showed them off on whatever other videos you may watch, but I just got this today because I'm not made of money and I need to pay bills and I can't just be buying Japanese toys all willy-nilly. But in any case, I just got this today. So let's talk a bit about it. This is Cerberus Voyager, or Kerberios Voyager, as it can also be pronounced. It's actually how it's written out in katakana here. I'm fairly sure that Kerberios is closer to the original Greek. I could be wrong. I'm fairly sure it is. I'm not an expert on the Greek language, so I really can't speak for that. But this is how the Japanese prefer to pronounce it. So that's that. But I'm gonna call it Cerberus Voyager because that's how we pronounce it here in America. Also, I didn't know that there was a Cerberus constellation. There is one. I did look it up, and in all honesty, I probably shouldn't be surprised because Greek mythology is where a lot of the constellations come from. So there you go. Cerberus Voyager is, as I mentioned before, it is a special mecha component used in the Kyuranger movie, the Geth and Davers Counterattack. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I haven't seen the movie, because it just got out of theaters as far as I know. It's not on DVD as of yet, so it hasn't been subbed, so I haven't watched it. So I don't know the exact context in which the mecha is used, nor how it's summoned or anything like that, but it is usually, as far as I've seen, pretty much tradition to have some sort of a special component or robot to be used in the movies. And it is usually a repaint or slight remold of an already existing robot or component. And in this case, it is a remold of Shishi Voyager. So let's start taking a look at the box here. We have the predominantly featured on the front, the Cerberus Voyager itself, as well as a slight, in the background, picture of its combined robot form Kerberios. I am going to be pronouncing that way. As well as the Cerberus Kyutama here. On the side, it basically boasts that it has sounds when you push a button, much like Shishi Voyager did. And also down here, it shows that because of the way the light is set up in the center of Cerberus Voyager there, the Kyutama can basically flash up to 7 different colors. We have red, blue, yellow, green, lighter blue, orange, and white down there. So that's kind of a cool thing. On the other side, we have basically, let me pan this down a bit so you can see it a bit better. This is basically showing that it can combine with these components to make Kerberios, or at least its default configuration, or the one that I guess that was used in the movie. Obviously, since this is basically a remold of Shishi Voyager, it's going to be compatible with all of the components anyway, much like Kyureno is. So on the back, pretty much most of the same, and it even does point out basically straight away, if I can, I'll just zoom in here and show it off, that it basically says, get Cerberus Voyager, and if you also have the Kyureno set and Hibitsukai Voyager, you can make Kerberios. Isn't that something? I'm panning up and down and zooming all over the place. Also other pictures showing that other components are compatible, and that more light and sound stuff, and that the Kyutama is compatible with the Seiza Blaster and Kyureno. Oh yeah, on the top, there's like a nice picture of all 12 Kyurangers, as well as Cerberus Voyager there, and then some stuff on the bottom saying what's included and whatnot. Now, unlike most videos of Squeeze the World Toys that we've done in the past anyway, I have not opened this at all. Like I said, I just got this in today, so I decided I'm going to try a little bit something different here. And I'm going to unbox it and react to it in real time. It's not something I normally do. Hell, when I did the slime controller about a few months back, that was still that's part of Squeeze the World Gaming, but still, my plan was to unbox it and react to it in real time. But because I really wanted to use it before, I was like getting antsy, and I was like, I really want to use this now. That ended up not happening. But I don't think that I've ever actually done a pure unboxing video on this channel, where I've just kind of opened it up and then I kind of know what to expect. I have seen review videos of this, but in any case, I've got my special scissors here, and these scissors are awesome. I got these for Christmas like some years back. They separate, and I can just basically use this as a blade. So I'll go ahead and cut this tape open here. And we'll take out the contents. And that way I don't have to have the box just kind of sitting all over the place. So we got our nice egg carton-like tray here. There's some tape on this part. And, oh, there's the instructions. Those are probably going to be important. And something you haven't really seen on this channel before, taking out the components in the bags. I usually put the back in the trays and don't put the plastic wrap back on them, but I'm just opening this for the first time. That's a huge bag. Caution, plastic bags can be dangerous. To avoid danger of suffocation, keep this bag away from babies and children. Such a great thing to be putting on a children's toy. I don't even need to pierce that. It's already open on the side. And here it is. It's all in one piece here. I did see, like I said, I have seen videos and stuff where they can, take parts off. But this is very much, it's just Cerberus Voyager with some extra heads thrown on. Let me put this off to the side here. So yeah, we've got the Kyutama here. Let me take the Kyutama out and flip it around real quick just to show off the Mawa slide function. Let me just center that here. That's all nice, and yeah, it's even numbered 111, which is outside of the Kyutama numbering range. As far as I know, there are only like 80-something Kyutamas, or they're only supposed to be 80-something, but yeah, that's actually really cool looking. I guess they went with the 111 because it's like 3 heads, and each one's like a head. I've also heard that it's also a pun, because in Japan, the dog barking onomatopoeia noise is wan instead of woof. So I guess since one and wan is pronounced that way, wan. So it's like wan, like the dog's barking, and it has actually 3 different dog heads. The mouth doesn't really open. I guess it's because there's a face under there, much like Cerberus Voyager. But this one does, I think. Yep. Oh, that one opens up quite a bit. And there's like a gun in there or something. That looks kind of like a Rottweiler head. Because this looks like sort of like a wolf. And this looks kind of like a Rottweiler. And this is more like a bulldog. And his mouth opens, but not a lot. And I think I did see in the video that I watched that these can disconnect. Can they disconnect? No, they can't. I think he was unscrewing them and modifying them and whatnot. Also, something on the back here. These squares are where the plugs normally went, or like the clips for when you hooked up Kyuranger to Ryuteo, but and also to Gigantoo, but I guess that's not the case here. So I'm guessing you can't take these out. Oh, no, here we go. Oh, you can? Okay, they just... Okay, so they can come out just like Kyutamas. And then it even has the same LEDs in there. So this is just straight up. Pardon me while I may indulge. And if you take off the head like you could with Sushi Voyager, because Sushi Voyager's head can easily come off due to Kyutama gene. This is literally, let's flip these around, Sushi Voyager, just colored blue. It looks really cool. I like the color scheme. And then they just molded a new dog head instead of a lion head. So that could be like Dog Voyager or something. And then they just like went one more and added in other heads to slap on the Kyutama ports. It does look cool, though. I will give it that. Not every day you see something like this in Super Sentai. I don't think that there's been any kind of Cerberus component at all. So first off and foremost, I do have Kyuranger here. He's going to donate his batteries to the cause. Actually, while we're here, I'm just going to take the components off. I'm going to be using 3 of these components later in the video anyway, but may as well just do a comparison shot here of the two. I guess if you rotate these, it's the same thing there. But this has the claws are backwards and other dog heads. So it's kind of like that. So yeah, same thing. Alright, so let's take the handy-dandy screwdriver, and Sushi Voyager will donate his batteries to the cause here. I don't exactly remember what kind of sounds this guy makes, but if the battery compartment is the same, it'll take 3 AAAs, much like this one will. As the batteries go, I don't know if this is slanted or something like that, they go rolling toward... Sorry. This is what happens when you do it live. Okay. So, yep, this is just unscrew like the original. Indeed, 3 AAAs. Sorry if I'm doing this off screen, I just kind of need this like right here so I can do. So the batteries are now in, and battery door is screwed in tight. And much like the original, that's that. And the sound button is up here. So let's take a look at the... actually, let me turn this off and turn it back on, because when it turned on, the Kyutama started flashing colors, so... that looks kind of neat. So let's test out the sounds. Actually, let me check the instructions real quick, because they should go over what kind of sound modes there are, if there are any. Yep, there's Kerberus Voyager. Well, technically correct, but still. A Cerberus Voyager mode, Kerberios mode, and Super Galaxy mode. Does that take place? Does that take place of the roulette? I guess. Oh, there's all kinds of. This is like a flow chart here. Okay, so Cerberus Voyager has 4 noises. I'm guessing that the activation noise is 1, but... That's the red. Okay, so I've noticed that each of these dogs have different colored eyes. This has the red, and the Kyutama turned red for that one. So maybe that's that. And this one has yellow, and this one has green. So is that how that's going to be? Yep, that one's green. That one's blue. Maybe they have different, like, elemental attacks. Okay, that went back to the activation noise. All right. So that's the standard Cerberus Voyager sounds. That's pretty cool. So let's combine it into its robot mode, shall we? So, obviously we're going to be doing like we normally do, except the arms are already in place. I think all of the heads will twist into place so that they're all facing forward. Do we have to open the mouths? That's not necessary. Okay. And then for what do we use for the arm? Oh, okay. So the legs are going to be Uchuu Voyager, which I already have as a leg because I just kind of took him off of Kyuranger. And then Hibitsky Voyager is going to be a leg as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and transform him quickly. And that will make the other leg. And then for the arms, they're still Kajiki and Chameleon, but because these guys are in the way, we actually have to take the Kyutamas out and put them off to the side. And then they'll just snap in, not unlike the Kyutama-jin parts. And then of course for the dramatic head reveal, I almost forgot, but it doesn't snap down like it did, like this on the other one. But there you go. Now we have the robot form Kerberios, which kind of looks cool. Kind of a bland color scheme with what they picked, but I guess it all goes together. Because they picked like they picked the silver and the black for the legs, and that kind of goes with the white and the. I'm not an expert on color schemes, but it looks a little drab actually in my opinion. But the aesthetic looks cool. So obviously you've got your standard arm movement as before. It has the same movement, so meaning arms. And thus we also have the next sound set. And also I'm going to zoom in on the Kyutama here, if you will indulge me, so that we can take a look at the symbol on it. So,
Kerberios. Kerberios.
and there are apparently 5 sounds with this. Alright, so I'm guessing he has like a fire, electricity, ice thing going on with his attacks. Now, the thing I don't know much about is the this Super Galaxy mode. I don't know, I can't read a lot of this, so I don't... it looks like a game. A game to which I cannot read the instructions because I can't fluently read Japanese, unfortunately, but we'll activate it just to... I don't know what I'm doing. So I want to hit yellow again. That was orange. That's not... Oh, red? Is red one of them? And then I think blue. I think I'm trying to replicate its finishing attack or something. I did it! I think I did it correctly. In any case, that's pretty cool. So, I guess you can replicate its finishing attack from the movie. But, yeah, so that's the special movie edition of the special movie entry in the series here is Cerberus Voyager. All in all, pretty cool. It is just basically Shishi Voyager with some slightly different tweaks to it. But that's par for the course when it comes to movie mecha, as far as Super Sentai is concerned. So that's not really that much of a concern for me. Obviously, the initial setup does look pretty bland color-wise, but it is fully compatible with all of the different configurations, or the different the components is what I mean to say. So that's a nice bonus as well. I do wish they didn't just leave Kyutamas lying around, but that's the opposite the opposite issue I had with Kyutama Jin. But either way, it is pretty cool. I like how this flashes different colors. That's a nice thing. I don't know if it's. I don't know if I would consider it entirely necessary for the collection. I mean, I am kind of collecting them all as I go here, so it's a thing that I'm doing. But it's I wouldn't have felt too guilty if I skipped out on it. I don't think. It's just kind of an extra entry that coincides with the movie, and it is really cool. So I'll give it that. I do wish that the lights down here lit up, and I can only imagine that the ones back behind the dog heads don't either. But I guess they piped everything up into here, so that's understandable, I suppose. Either way, if you like this, if you think this looks cool based on this review, I'd go ahead and get it if you can find it. I don't know if they really sell it anymore. I caught part of a September restock of these, and I don't know. I think that they're still available. I got this off of HobbyLink Japan, and as last I checked, they still had some. So there is that. I don't think they're really making these anymore though, since the movie's out of theaters now. And they're mostly focusing on Orion Battlers coming out pretty soon, so I'll probably, if it's feasible, I'll buy that sometime this month. But yeah, that's the Cerberus Voyager. Pretty cool. I'm glad they got it, and that will just help round out the Voyager collection here. So next time, I actually do have a plan for the next video. And it is something a bit different, but something we have done before, and unfortunately, no, it's not those Transformers reviews I keep alluding to and then never doing. Here's one of the Transformers. Look, it's a Sharkticon, but there you go. I'll get to those eventually, but these have been kind of a priority, especially since this is, again, just buying these just to scratch a 10-year-old itch, and then once I've collected all of these, I'll be done with these for another 10 years, I suppose. But in any case, I've been Rado Goji, and I'll be here next time. Join me, won't you?